Partick is an area of Glasgow on the north bank of the River Clyde, just across from Govan. To the west lies Whiteinch, and to the east Hillhead and other areas which make up the west end of Glasgow. Partick was a police borough from 1852 until 1912, when it was incorporated into the city. Partick is the area of the city most connected with the Highlands, and several Gaelic agencies, such as the Gaelic Books Council, are based in the area. Some ATMs in the area display Gaelic history. Although Partick remained a village until the middle of the 18th century, it is an ancient place. The kings of Strathclyde had a residence there, and in 1136 David I granted the lands of Burgh to the See of Glasgow. The bishops of Glasgow had a country seat in Partick. It was later the site of Partick Castle, a country home of George Hutchison. It is thought the name comes from the Brythonic Pertock. This was adopted into Scottish Gaelic as Pertaig, giving modern Gaelic Pireg-Partick. Older anglicised forms include Perdage and Perthick. Partick, of Old Perdiac, from the Gaelic Caper-Duec, meaning the place at the confluence or mouth of the Dark River. Areas. It is historically divided into three social areas: south of Dumbarton Road, north of Dumbarton Road, and the Partick Hill Grand Villas. Being within the sphere of influence of the University of Glasgow and neighbouring Glasgow's salubrious West End, it has a high student population. Traditional industries for the area were shipbuilding, and a huge meadowside granary employed many residents also. The main street in Partick, Dumbarton Road, has a number of services for residents to use. Community. Partick Borough Hall is a venue located within Partick. It regularly holds community events and is owned and managed by Culture and Amp Sport Glasgow. The hall was originally built in 1872 and has multiple rooms. The hall is staffed in order to accommodate events and to handle security. Private events are also held in the hall. Partick Community Council is an organisation which exists in the area to deal with issues within the community. It is the oldest community group in Partick and consists of around 20 elected members. The boundary of this council runs from Byres Road to Crow Road and from the River Clyde to Highborough Road. The council is funded by Glasgow City Council by way of an annual grant. Examples of activities of the Community Council include Neighbourhood Watch coordination, lobbying of Glasgow City Council, promoting cleanliness and security in the area. Sport. Partick is home to the West of Scotland Cricket Club's Hamilton Crescent Ground, which was the site of the first ever international football match on the 30th of November 1872. Partick Thistle Football Club were formed in the area in 1876, but left to play in the Maryhill area of Glasgow in 1909. Transport. Partick Railway Station is a trunk station serving as an interchange between the local rail, Glasgow subway and local bus systems, as well as being the fifth busiest train station in Scotland. It is the only transport hub to connect three different types of public transport. It replaced the former Patrick Hill Railway Station in 1979. There were previously three other stations in the area: Partick Central Railway Station, Merkland Street and Partick West Railway Station. The Partick interchange was redeveloped in 2012 due to its immense potential as a top-class interchange not only between rail, bus and subway but also as the main interchange station between the Argyll and North Clyde rail lines. Religion. There is an old Quaker burial ground, the Quakers' Graveyard, situated at the bottom of Keith Street. Now a visitor's attraction, the graveyard was given over to the city of Glasgow. It was last used in 1857. Purdon Street, which runs parallel with Keith Street, was named after John Purdon, a prominent Quaker who lived in Partick in the 17th century. His wife is buried in the graveyard. Notable people: Billy Connolly lived on Stuartville Street during his childhood and attended St. Peter's Boys' School.